So these are the stats from my story graph. We read 6 physical books and 1 audiobook, which equals 7 books out of the 8 that I had on my TBR. Out of those 7 books, 3 were fantasy, 2 were thriller, 1 was a romance, and 1 was a historical fiction. Now, let's get into the ratings. I actually didn't pre-plan this. First thing that comes to my mind, I'm just gonna say it without overthinking it. In May, we read A Dawn of Onyx, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, A Promise of Peridot, The Nightingale, If Something Happens to Me, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and Love on the Brain. Let's just go with my least favorite, Love on the Brain, which is the one book that I didn't talk about in my previous video. So, this book. Okay, let me just say, Hazelwood knows how to write men well. When it comes to the women, honestly, this female main character was just so... I remember liking the Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. I liked Love Theoretically maybe a little bit more than the Love Hypothesis, but I read both of those closer to the start of my reading journey. And now, after reading Check and Mate, this, as well as I tried to read Bride and I couldn't finish it. I had to DNF it. So now I'm second guessing myself. Like, are those 2 books actually good? The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically, or was I just kind of a new reader, happy that they were easy to read and entertaining? Yeah, this was just not it. It was just not it. There's not enough depth to any of the characters. I don't honestly think there was anything good about this book except for the male main character. Utterly annoyed I was reading this book. Like, no other feelings came out of me. I was not like laughing, giggling, kicking my feet. Like, everything about this book just seemed hollow. Like, there's just no substance and it was just fluff, but like fluff that has been put through the washer and the dryer a bunch of times and now isn't fluffy anymore and just kind of sticks together. I don't know what that description was, but I don't know what this book was, so I guess that was accurate. Plus, the female main character, she is a vegan and she's like always passing out and she's like, doctors don't know what's wrong with me, like I just pass out. It talks multiple times about how she forgets to eat or she just has like a couple of nuts. Like,
Girl, there's nothing wrong with you. You need to eat food and drink water. Oh. You can tell that I didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars. I would have just not finished it, but I did enjoy the male main character, but not enough to like this book. I don't think Hazelwood is for me anymore, which is sad because I read The Love Hypothesis way at the start of my reading journey 2 years ago, and I remember enjoying it. Maybe her writing is getting worse. Maybe those books originally were good and they're just going downhill, or maybe I didn't know what I was talking about when I was a new reader, but I just don't think Hazelwood is for me anymore. This clearly is the least favorite of the bunch this month. Moving on, this book wasn't bad, although it is second to last on the list. It definitely was not bad. I got sent this as an ARC. It released on May 28th. It was a good listen. Like I said, I'm not gonna go in depth of a review, but I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was a pretty good thriller. Next, Good Girl, Bad Blood. Again, I think I gave this a 4-star. I did enjoy reading it. It was a really fun time, but it's not anything like earth-shattering, so I'm gonna leave that there. Next, we will say A Dawn of Onyx. Again, I really liked this. I think I gave it a 4.5, as well as Promise of Peridot. I also gave a 4.5, so that will be a step up from A Dawn of Onyx. I liked both of them a lot, but I liked A Promise of Peridot even better, but they weren't quite 5-star reads. They were just about there. And I think the only thing that could have made them 5-star reads is if they were a bit longer and higher fantasy, because there is a lot of stuff that goes on, but it's just so easy to understand and fast-paced and quick. But I really, really, really liked them and gave them each 4.5 stars. Now, my top 2 reads of the month were 5 stars, which is really exciting because I have not had a 5-star read since April 27th was my first 5-star read of the year, and I was getting really discouraged. And then what do you know, we went into May and I had 2 more. And I don't give 5 stars out like I used to. Whenever I first started reading, if I liked a book, I was like, you get 5 stars. But now I am actually really picky and I only give 5 stars to books that like linger in my brain and possibly alter how I view things in life. But also there's like a level of, okay, I want to give this 5 stars, even though I know it was trash, it was really entertaining. Like sometimes I want to do that, but these 2 books are on the other end of the spectrum where the writing was beautiful, the message was beautiful, and the plot and the storyline, like everything was just incredibly amazing. So these 2 books are 5 stars, but if I have to rank them, it's kind of easy because one of the books is my new favorite book of all time. So in second place, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. In my previous video, I talked about how I wanted to DNF this because it was so freaking slow, but I pushed through it, and by the end, I was crying. And I didn't want to give it a 5 stars, but I just fell in love with Addie and the story, and how the book concluded was just wonderful. So I gave it a 5 stars, and at the top of the list, at the top of the pyramid, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have no words about this book. I think it is amazing and everybody needs to read it, and it is a 6-star read. So that is our May lineup, and now we are going to move on to the fun part, picking our June TBR from the TBR mug for the first time. I'm actually really nervous now. Why am I getting nervous? This is supposed to be fun. And look at how small I had to fold all of these papers to get them all to fit in the mug. It's honestly kind of embarrassing. Okay, we got a book with a clock on the cover. And I know for a fact that I only have 1 book on my physical TBR that has a clock on the cover. So this makes it easy. And it's right here. Actually, this is really fun because I wouldn't have picked this normally. I would have let it sit on my TBR for a while, which is the point of this mug. I have almost 100 books on my physical TBR. A lot of them kind of get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and this is probably one of those books that would have gotten pushed, but now has gotten picked. The Good Part by Sophie Cousin. I actually don't really know the premise of this book. The back says, "Is living the life you wish for really a dream come true? Lucy Young is 26 and tired." I'm 24. Well, actually I'm 23, but I turned 24 in 10 days. June 11th is my birthday, so we're close enough to 24, okay? Tired of fetching coffees for senior TV producers, sick of going on disastrous dates, and done with living in a damp flat with roommates who never buy toilet paper. After another disappointing date, Lucy stumbles upon a wishing machine. Putting a coin into the slot, Lucy closes her eyes and wishes with all her might, please let me skip to the good part of my life. When she wakes up the next morning to a handsome man, a ring on her finger, a high-powered job, and 2 storybook perfect children, Lucy can't believe that this is real, especially when she looks in the mirror and staring back at her is her own 40-something face. Has she really skipped ahead like she always wanted, or has she simply forgotten a huge chunk of her life? As Lucy begins to embrace her new relationships and the perks of maturity, she'll have to ask herself, can she go back to her previous life? And if so, can she stand to leave the good part behind? Actually, this sounds wonderful. I'm gonna put the books that we pick up here. Also, automatically, Funny Story is going on the TBR because I started reading this already. I'm on page 81. I'm not just gonna leave it there, like I'm just gonna put it on the TBR. And now let's pick another prompt. Get one way at the bottom. Bing. Guys, this is so fun. Next prompt is random number generator. Okay. So let me pull up a random number generator and I'm gonna put number 1, which will be the top book on my shelf, and then 97, because I think I have 97 books, and 97 will be the last book on the shelf. So then we will count and see which book the random number generator picks. Okay, we're gonna hit generate 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's Heir of Fire, but I haven't got there yet. I'm on Assassin's Blade. I think I started in January and I read 40 pages and for some reason just didn't get back to it. So should I pick Assassin's Blade or should I redo the generator? I feel like I'm just gonna go with Assassin's Blade because I landed on this series and we have to start with the first book, obviously. You guys, I'm so excited. I've been meaning to get to this and I just haven't finished this yet, and not at all because it's bad or I lost interest. It's just I was reading other books. I don't know. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm not gonna go into depth about what this is because if you haven't heard of this series, what are you doing? But basically it's about an assassin and things go from there. That's all I'm gonna say. Second prompt down, 6 more to go. This one right here. Ooh, this kind of gives me a free range a little bit because most of my books are paperbacks, but it says a paperback book. Why did I wait so long to do this? This is so much fun. It's like an early birthday present. Let me look at the books that I have written down that are like at the top of my TBR and we will go from there. Okay, I'm really conflicted. I wanna pick between... I have to stand up. I think I want to pick between these 2 books. I have no idea how I'm gonna choose. They both have dust on them. Like I just wiped it on my pants and I have dust literally on my pants. These have been on my TBR for so long. We have either Magnolia Parks or Red Rising. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know which one to pick. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Like I'm actually kind of scared to read this, but I feel like I've been putting it off too long. And with this, I've been so excited, but I just haven't picked it up. This is actually really, really hard. I think I'm gonna go with Magnolia Parks. Red Rising, maybe you'll come up later in this video. My books just fell. So that was, where did I put that prompt? Oh, okay, I put it there. That is 3 prompts, now 5 more. Next prompt. Oh, this is a big one. It's so hard to get these to focus because they're so small, but it says book with a person on the cover. Does Throne of Glass have a person? Throne of Glass does have a person on the cover. Oh, do I think that I'm gonna read Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass? Maybe, honestly, maybe. So that's a contender. Do I want a thriller? Because I don't have a thriller yet. I think I want to do a thriller. Actually, I don't. I would think I want to pick Throne of Glass. This is the next book in the Throne of Glass series because Assassin's Blade is like the prequel. So we're gonna add that one to the stack. We're picking our 5th prompt. I got like a handful. Okay, this one says, oh no. I say oh no because a specific book just came into mind for this prompt. A book with a black and white cover. The Red Rising cover is black, but it has red on it. So do I want to interpret this as strictly black and white, like no color, or like blackish or white in general? Okay, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat. So I'll just go ahead and say the first book that popped into my mind that made me say oh no. A Little Life. It's my birthday month. Do I want to read this and be depressed in my birthday month? Not really. I don't know, but that really fits the prompt. It's a black and white cover, and I'm not a cheater. Also, this book is black and white. This is called The Devil in the White City. This is a nonfiction that is presented like in novel form, so it feels like you're reading a fiction, but it's actually nonfiction, and it has really, really good reviews. Daniel actually got this book. He found it in like a free pile at his work. I was like, books are free, take what you want, and he brought me this one, and I was like, oh, I have never heard of this, and then I went on my Goodreads and I saw that I had actually marked it as a book that I wanted to read, and I just have no recollection of that, but it has really amazing reviews. But I don't think I'm gonna pick this one just because for no reason I'm kind of scared of it. Also, this book could work. The Great Gatsby. I have this cover edition. I got it at Second and Charles. You guys, I went in there looking for the first edition print of Taming 7 that has like the ombre spine. I checked all of the Barnes & Noble. I ordered it on Amazon because the picture showed the sprayed edge. Nope. It came with a black edge and it didn't match all of the other books that I had. So I looked up bookstores near me and I looked at all of them and I was like, okay, I don't think this place is going to have what I want because it kind of just showed pictures of like anime and like those little bobbleheads and stuff. But I was like, whatever. We'll give it a try. You guys, it is the size of a Barnes & Noble with half-price books, used books, new books, special edition books. Like, it is truly my new favorite place that I have found in the Norfolk area. They are like a branch, so you guys probably have one near you. I found this there for $6 and I was like, I actually like this cover better than like the normal blue cover. So I picked it up because I do want to read 5 classics this year, and it's already June and I haven't even read a single one. So this could be a contender, actually, because it is really short, and this could be fun. So we could do that. I don't really know if the Book Thief is black and white, because it has, like, orange, but I would say it's not really colorful, so that could work. And I have had that on my TBR for a really long time. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo has green and red on it. Six of Crows has red on it. This is navy blue, not black. Maybe, no, The Maidens has color on it. Dark Matter has color on it. What about this one? This one could work. It does have gold on it, but majority of it is black and white. So let's go over all the options. We have The Stolen Heir, The Great Gatsby, The Devil in the White City, A Little Life, and yeah. You know what? Since on my yearly reading goals, I did say that I wanted to read 5 classics, and we are going pretty ambitious with our TBR of 9 books because Funny Story is carrying over from last month, and I also have arcs on my Kindle that I have to read. We're going to go with The Great Gatsby because it is super short and it will feel good to start getting that goal accomplished of reading more classics this year. So I'm gonna add that one. This is so much fun because I never would have just picked these books up. I would have read something else or read something on my Kindle. So these prompts forcing me to read the books that I have purchased. I should just read the books that I purchased, but if you're a bookish girly, you know, buying books is a hobby and reading books is a hobby, and sometimes one hobby overshadows the other hobby. It takes a lot less time to buy the books as it does to read them. We have 3 prompts left, so we're gonna go ahead, pick the 6th prompt, and it is a thrifted book. I thrift a lot of my books. Like, it does kind of seem insane that I have 97 books on my TBR, but I find a lot of library books that are just free that they have on a table. They have $1 sales and $2 sales all the time, and I do shop a lot at Book Exchange and now Second and Charles, which are both like half-priced bookstores that are secondhand books. So I am pretty sure I'm gonna have quite a few options here. Now, I don't have a thriller yet, so I think maybe I might want to get one of those. Everything I Know About Love, The Book Thief, The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery, The Art of Racing in the Rain. This was a little free library book, Where'd You Go with Bernadette. Beautiful World, Where Are You? I got for $1. Giver of Stars, I got for $1. I could read you most of my shelf and it would be thrifted, so I'm just going to shut up and pick a book. I think I'm gonna go with a thriller though. We don't have a thriller yet, and it would maybe help break up some of my genres. I did not thrift The House Across the Lake. Shouldn't have come here. I think I thrifted The Housemaid and Dark Matter, The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and Infinite, but I don't really want to read those. It's kind of between The Housemaid and Dark Matter, but I pulled this off the shelf, so I'm gonna go with this one. And we're just gonna go with the gut instinct. We're gonna pick Dark Matter because I have heard amazing things about this book, and I really like those mind-bendy multiverse books, so I think I'm gonna really like this one, and it will be a good palette cleanser to break up the romance and the fantasy genre that we have going on. Next book. This is a really big one, or did I grab two again? Oh, no. This is really big. A book that matches my hubby's outfit. He's actually outside playing with the kids so that I can film this in quiet and peace. But he's wearing dark blue jeans and a black shirt. So it's gonna be like a navy blue, dark cover vibe. I think that Legendborn, You Shouldn't Have Come Here, Infinite, Dance of Thieves, but I don't want to read Dance of Thieves because I want to read the Kiss of Deception trilogy that comes before it. Maybe All the Light We Cannot See, The Midnight Library, The Art of Racing in the Rain, The Book Thief, Devil in the White City, The Bromance Book Club, maybe Binding 13, maybe Daisy Hates. Let me just pull the biggest contenders. Okay, I don't really want to read that. I don't really want to read that. Do I want to read that? Not really. Don't really want to read that because I think it's going to be too similar to Dark Matter. And if I'm starting, I don't know actually, this is kind of hard. I really want to start another fantasy series if I'm going to be starting Throne of Glass though. I don't think so. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick The Art of Racing in the Rain because this is kind of like the colors that he's wearing, like dark blue, blackish. And my daughters have been wanting me to read this book because it has a puppy on it, and they've been saying, Mom, have you read the puppy book? Have you read the puppy book? It matches my husband, what he's wearing right now, and my kids really want me to read this. So we're adding that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more prompt. And pick one way from the bottom. Yay. Ooh, a mood read. I think I'll just pick something that I'm kind of in the mood to read now, which is basically another free pick. So we have 2 romance, 2 fiction, 2 fantasy, and 1 thriller. We're pretty balanced here. I think I might want 1 more fantasy. Do I want like a summary read? I feel like Magnolia Parks will give me like summary vibes, but for it being June, I kind of have a lot of darker and sadder books on here. This is hard. I don't want to pick something that I regret picking. Let's just think, what am I in the mood to read right now? Aside from all of these books, what would I pick? It's June. I should pick something summary, but I do have a lot of romance arcs on my Kindle, and I've been in a fantasy mood. So I'm gonna pick The Stolen Heir. Okay, so this is the TBR stack for June. I'm actually really excited for this reading month. I don't know if I'm gonna stick to this TBR because, like I said, it is my birthday month and I'm probably going to go book shopping, but I'm gonna try my best to stick to this. So first we have The Stolen Heir by Holly Black, The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Steen, which I don't think I said what this book is about. It is told in the point of view of a dog's life. So will I cry? Possibly. Then we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, Magnolia Parks by Justa Hastings, The Assassin's Blade, and The Good Part by Sophie Cousins. And also a continuation of the TBR that I didn't finish last month, Funny Story by none other than Emily Henry. So this is our TBR for June. I'm really excited about how diverse it is. There are some books on here that I just wouldn't have picked, and then there's other books that I've really been looking forward to reading. So I'm excited to read all of these, and if you want to see me read them and know my thoughts, you should definitely hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of when I post. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these books on my little TBR area, and then also put away all of the books that I read in May. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!